Y'all see him, man. He didn't change looks today, man. Now he's looking like, you know what I'm saying, that Wish Biggie Smalls. Let me go ahead and kick it on over to my man LL Cool Jones. What's going on, my guy?
I prefer Biggie over Rick Ross any day anyway. But again, man, I'm gonna say it as many times as I got to. Happy Victory Monday. Good win yesterday. Offense was what it was, but we ended up pulling out the win. I don't really care about the offensive numbers. I only care about getting that win. We were able to run the ball. It wasn't a very efficient running game. We wasn't able to bust it wide open, break wide open runs. Excuse me. Like some of like we should, or what a run game may want to look like. But we're able to keep the chains moving. The pass game definitely helped set up the run, and vice versa. So a special. Well, I don't. This isn't on me, but we got to see a special team touchdown. Shout out to Khalif Raymond. I really like Khalif Raymond, man. I hope he wants to stay around at least a couple more years, because I feel like he'll be a big part of what's going on. But yeah, we got to see. We didn't take too many deep shots on the one we missed, J-Mo deep, and maybe they decided to not try that too many more times after that. I don't know. I didn't hear too much about the win, so I don't think that was a factor. Curt, you were asking in the group chat about where's your creativity? We got to see a little bit of it, especially on that big fourth down conversion to end up being a long touchdown.
Yeah.
They talked about it. They broke it down. I was watching Channel 4 yesterday. Was it Football Night in America, wherever it is, on NBC, and they broke that down. And they showing Ben Johnson a whole lot of love. So let's hope that he wants to stick around, man, because I feel like they trying to peel people away from us just as well as other people might be.
Yeah.
So the run game got to pick up a little bit in the fourth. As we expected. We get to leaning on them guys. On one of them drives, I don't remember exactly which drive it was. We were moving pretty well, and they caught back to back. Well, almost back. It was like hold, play, hold, back to back holds on Evan Brown. I thought was some bullshit. I didn't think that was legit holds. But that's another thing. Evan Brown was bike yesterday. He started yesterday. Offensive line looked good, man. The Jets put together a nice goal line stand on that first drive, but we were able to pull out the win. And we got to see more Swift run the ball this game. Not a whole lot, but he was the leading rusher. I think he carried it 8 times, like 50-some odd yards, something like that. So, he hasn't been on the injury report lately, so maybe we'll see those carries start to pick up some. And actually, I think I'm wrong. I think I take that back. Jamal Williams carried like 13 times, so I apologize. But whatever. Great, good game, good win. Glad to see Swift out there. Glad to see Brock Wright catch the ball because he dropped that one easy one. And what do you guys think about that?
All right, for me, good job again by the offensive line. No sacks for the game, and that's even without Quentin Williams. They have a pretty good pass rush, so did not allow them. Sure. They pressured Goff all game, and that forced some bad throws and some throwaways. But we took care of the ball, passed the ball way too much, in my opinion. But the play calling, like I didn't see a lot of shifts and motions like we usually do. You saw him here and there in spot duty, but they just kind of went and lined up and tried to go head for head, and I didn't like that in the passing game because the Jets have a pretty good pass defense. Sloppy penalties, but I think that's the rust on Evan Brown because he hadn't played in a while. I think that was the rust. But they even got Frank Ragnow for a couple of holding calls, and they got Penei Sewell for a holding call. So,
have y'all noticed? It seemed like guys they kind of force holding calls. Like if they get stopped, they kind of turn their body.
You know what?
Like, I caught that a couple of times.
That's an old Wally veteran move by a defensive lineman. They're taught to do that. So, we had too many drop passes too. Had some drops. Not only did we had a lot of drops, but at the end of the day, guess what happened? They made the play when it needed to happen. They made the play at the end of the game. Brock Wright was trucking down that doggone. If you see that, it's a one angle of that picture, man. Nobody within like 10 yards of that dude when he caught the pass. Like nobody was near that dude. Like it was like, who in the hell, man, was that? And he just he motored his big old self down that sideline and got in the end zone, man. So and like Jim said, Brock Wright did his thing on that play, man. What you got, Coach Mike?
Yeah, there was nobody looking for Brock Wright on that play. They all thought it was going to be a run. Everybody just knew the Lions were going to pound it in, and that's just a caveat to us being a run first team. Because everybody's like 4th and short, we're running it, and they've never done that in the past. They would have been like 4th and short, they passing. You know what I'm saying? Matt Stafford, you know, there's nothing I'm not on Matt Stafford, but when he was, you know, when he was in control of the team, it was like they passing on 4th and 1. They passing on 4th and short. But we actually was a run first team, and everybody builds up to stop. They didn't have nobody outside the box, I don't think. On that play, I think they might have had one, but they had everybody packed in. So that's a shout out to our offense, man. But you know what? It was tough in the running game. It was tough. It was tough. But you know what? We pounded it, right? We still pounded it a little bit, and we were a little bit heavier on the pass than what I feel comfortable with. I don't feel comfortable with Jared Goff throwing that many times on the road. But you know what? Hey, he did good. He you know, he took what he had. He didn't force nothing or try to make a play. He didn't get like kind of like antsy and like, oh man, I gotta hit one of these deep ones. He just took what the defense gave him, and I give him props for that, for sticking with the game plan, man. But overall, it was good, man. It was a hard fought game. I know people gonna be like picking apart mistakes. It's a hard fought game, so it's gonna be mistakes. Like that's just what it is, man. And I'm just glad the Lions came out on top, man. They that's the new Lions, the new.
The brand new. And one thing to caveat on that play to Brock Wright, Amon-Ra St. Brown took a lot of people with him when he went in motion, because you don't know if he's gonna run, if he's gonna get the pitch, he's gonna catch a pass, or he's gonna block, because he's an excellent blocker. So that helps as well. So the creativity with the offense, because that very well could have been a pitch out, and Amon-Ra could have been going to block, but it is what it is.
You might could say they kind of set that up earlier in the game, because they used the one, you know, when they kind of drag him across, and then he's the first option, and then they put him in the backfield a couple of times. Yeah. So they might have been setting up that very moment or that play or whatever it is. So
you gotta watch that. You gotta watch that dude whenever he's on the field. Hey, to tune in to see what myself and Coach Mike had to say about the offensive performance, go ahead and click back to the full version of today's Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl, right here on your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors.